YouTube, what's up and what it do is you got done back in with another one of those dope Sneaker Dawn 11 YouTube reviews. Today, as y'all can see, I got a real versus fake that I want to do real quick on the Air Jordan 3 Manière collaboration. This is the While You Were Sleeping. So I was able to pick up the retail pair. I already had the cross the water pair. So I just want to see how well the fake holds up to the real for real in this video. So we're going to jump right in. So I was able to pick the retail pair up from Burlington. So y'all know how Burlington be. I wasn't able to get a box with them. So the box y'all see right here is the box from the fakes that I got from across that water. I probably had these for probably almost a year at this point. So what's crazy about their retail is when these released, I think it was either $225 or either $250, whatever it was. I have it on the screen, but I picked these up at Burlington, and as soon as I seen them, because I heard it was floating around, I picked them up for $75, bro. You know what I'm saying? You cannot beat it with a stick, but these are not my size though, but you know what I'm saying? It's a half a size off. This is a 10 and a half, and it pans out to being a 12 woman and size 10, and it pans out to being 11 and a half in women. Like I said, the real one does not come with the box, but just for the sake of letting y'all see everything and what it looked like on the box of the fake, being that it's, you know what I'm saying, similar. We just got it looking like that with the A. And then you got it lifted up. And this what it should come with. I'll take the extra set of laces out for comparison's sake. Throw it over there. Come with the paper like that. And like I said, this is the fake. So you know what I'm saying? This is just how this one look. Show y'all how the sizing and all that look on the box. Let me get the box back. So the main thing I'm looking at when I'm looking at these shoes, like I said, the fake is right here, as y'all can tell. I mean, I wear my shoes and stuff like that, regardless of which one they are. But just looking at them, I'm seeing a difference as far as the finish with the leather. It looks a little bit more shinier as far as the leather, as y'all can see when I pull them up on a close-up. Look a little bit more shinier. I think the black is about the same, but it's just shiny on the real, and it's a little bit more muted out, a little bit more matte on the fake. And bringing it back over here, the suede that's on the mudguard and on the heel of the shoes, it looks like it's a pretty much color difference. I don't think it's because I've been wearing the fake, because the fake, it does look a little bit lighter and it does look a little bit more darker on the official version of the shoe, as y'all can see. I do like the way that the fake is a little bit more rounded off when it comes to the end of the mudguard on the lateral versus how the real look. It looks a little bit more squared off in my opinion, and it looks a little bit more rounded on the mudguard. However, that is an inconsistency when it comes to the mudguard across the board. That's just not with the fakes or the real, is an inconsistency, period. So looking at the stitching on both of these shoes, and like I said, we got the real on top and the fake is at the bottom. I'm just saying the stitching is like, this is a normal type of thing when it comes to the real and the fake. With the fake, I'm saying that the stitching is just a little bit more bigger and a little bit more wider. Now, you probably can't see that just at the angle of how you looking at it, but for me, I can see it because I have them both in my possession and just giving you a close-up on it. I'm just saying like the retail having a more tighter, a little bit more neater stitching as far as right here on this lateral portion of the kick. And then when we get to the midsole, I'm seeing on the real, as you can see, the stitching is a little bit more tighter as well and is a little less, shorter, whereas the stitching on the midsole of the fake is a little bit more wider and a little bit more larger is in the stitching. And it does seem like the sell portion of the midsole is a tad bit more brighter here on the fake than what it is on the retail. So as far as the laterals of the shoe, that's what I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the left foot of both of these shoes into the picture, because both of these shoes have the hang tag on it, and we can pretty much critique and see what's the differences between the Manière A logos and everything that's going on the front. So right off the back, what I'm seeing on the fake is that the A, it looked like it's embroidered in a little bit thinner than what it is on the official version of the Manière. And maybe that's something I'm nitpicking about, but I believe I can see that right now from the angle of what I'm looking at it. And it seems like the this nubuck tongue is a shade difference in color from the real to the fake. And like I said, we get back around, we can see that nubuck on the upper. Slight differences, just letting y'all see that. So, you know, if y'all ever had to legit check a pair of Manière 3s, y'all would be able to know what to look out for. So y'all pretty much wouldn't be getting scammed. So as far as the tags on the side of the shoes, far as these hang tags, it's looking about the same, to be honest. You know, I'm not seeing much of a big difference on that. Yeah, these are looking and feeling about the same, to be honest. I won't spend too much time on trying to nitpick a difference out between the two, but we do have both of them, and this one did come off of the fake, but comparing it to the real is almost like a splitting identical look on both of them, to be honest. So I'm gonna put this one back in the inside of the fake, and I'm gonna get both of these back into the view. I'm gonna get to the Jumpman on both of the shoes of the right foot. We can critique those. So I'm seeing the Jumpman, and as y'all can see, I did put the cell laces into the fakes. When I wore them, we got more of a booty crack on the fake Jumpman, and then we have less of a booty crack. Still a booty crack, but when you're looking close into it, you can see it. I do think that the head on the Jumpman on the fake one look a little bit more like a cone head, and we do see like it is like a slight imperfection in the stitching on the real as well. You know, as far as the head, to say the least, though, you know what I'm saying, you can see the differences in that. The bottom on both of them is looking very close to identical, other than we have a size difference, and I do see a shade difference in the color of that violet type of purple look on the bottom of both of those. I don't know if it's because I wore the fake pair or not, but y'all see the differences in that. Just taking a look at both of the Nike Air brandings. So we do have the fake right over here to my right, and then we have the real to the left. So under my lighting, I mean, and just me seeing it in person, I'm seeing a more warmer tone on the real version of the Manière, as far as when it comes to the branding on the back. Seeing like we got like a little slight bit of a font difference. It seemed like the air is a little bit more thicker on the fake. As far as the suede on the back and the height and all of that, it seemed almost slightly identical. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, y'all drop down in the comments what some of the other differences y'all see from this. To me, you know, that's what I call out, and that's what I see. Looking into that quilted inside sock liner, it's looking about the same up in there to me, man. Not to sound cliche, but everything is looking like pretty much spot on as far as that quilting is. Like I said, y'all can let me know y'all thoughts down below, though, if y'all see anything that I couldn't point out, you know, with that. I'm gonna go to the inside of the shoes. This is how the tag looks in the inside of the feet. We got a factory VW1. We have a size 12 in the inside of here, which pans to be 10.5 in men. And we have production dates of 12/08/23 to 02/23/24. And looking at the inside tag on the reel, we have it looking like this, and we do have a US women's size 11.5, which pans to be a 10 in men, and we have a production date of 12/08/23 to 030924. And we have a factory of VW1, which is pretty much identical to the fake. And we're going to check out the insole. Before we do that, let y'all see the lace boxes though. The lace boxes do look like this on the real version. And then the fake version, the boxes are pretty smashed up. That do come from me, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just bring one into the mix or whatever. Look like the colors of the laces is the same in this particular box. Probably a slight bit off when it comes to that sail lace. Got a cleaner shoelaces on the real, and y'all see the differences in that for real. To be honest, you know what I'm saying? It's not really much of a difference. So we're gonna get into the inside and check out the insole, starting with the fake. I'm gonna pull out the insole and let y'all see what's going on. And we're gonna first start by looking at the actual we're gonna look at the tissue papers. We do have a very darker looking tissue paper inside the real, and this is what came out the fake. So that's like an easy telltale sign. I don't know if they the paper difference from, you know, depending on the pair of shoes you got. So as far as the inside, we do have it looking like that on the inside. So we do have the while you were sleeping on the inside of the insole. And we have it looking like that on the real. And inside the fake, we have the while you were sleeping as well on the insole of the shoe. I don't know if y'all can see it as far as the lighting. We do have a lighter footbed inside the inside of the fake. It just looked like it's a lighter color stitching and all of that. It look a little bit more of a violet color, and it's pretty much its differences in the inside. I do like the way the fake do have the while you were sleeping on the inside of it though. But while I got y'all here, we're gonna look at the insole. This is the insole of the real right here, as y'all can see, and this is the insole of the fake. Looking at both of them, we do have slight differences. It is a little bit more tan, a little bit more sail on the fake, and then y'all see how it is a little bit more brighter. You can almost see like a stamp on the real. Get y'all a close up like that. Far as that, everything looks, you know what I'm saying, like that. Just trying to get y'all, you know, steered away from being scammed when it comes to these shoes. If y'all was to be trying to get the Manières on a third party, you know, I know some of y'all might wish and hope that y'all could go out and obtain y'all a retail by just going and hitting up Burlington. Super dope, you know what I'm saying? In my opinion, we seeing some of these collaborations just sit in these department stores and we able to obtain them. In terms of you just wearing the fake and worried about like a call out, I think you pretty much good when it comes to this particular fake into comparison with this real. However, when you're legit checking and you want to make sure you getting it real, I think, you know, you might want to look at the overall leather quality as far as how this is a little bit more shinier on the real, and then on the fake is a little bit more muted out. And I'm seeing, like I said, a color difference in the midsole. We got a little bit more lighter of a sail, a little bit more warmer of a sail on the real, a little bit more lighter of a sail on the fake. And you want to watch out for the consistencies as far as the stitching. Looked like we had like some issues with the insole being different on the under of the insole and the footbed. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, just looking at it on feet, the fake, you good to wear. But you know what I'm saying? The differences we pointed out, you might want to be worried about that when checking your, you know what I'm saying, real when getting it on the street. Just make sure you're doing these checks. Referring back to this video, when you should be good, man, you should be good to go. Shouldn't have to worry about nothing. Other than that, drop y'all comments below. I love y'all out there. Just trying to help y'all out there. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, done. I'm out.